Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Saul Palmer, your life and relationship coach. And in this intro podcast, we're not going to go too much into it, but I just want to tell you what this podcast is about, who it's for, and all that good stuff. So maybe this is for you, maybe not, but maybe it is. So this podcast is specifically for men that want to get respect. They want to communicate assertively, and they want to improve intimacy in their relationship or marriage. And I say that because I see it everywhere. Being a coach, working with different men, you see everything, you hear everything, and a lot of issues revolve around that. So if you're one of those men that you're not getting the respect that you want, regardless of how it shows up, if she's yelling at you, if she's withholding sex from you, if she's trying to make you do everything and not contributing to anything, however it shows up for you specifically, that's what's important. But we're going to help you get the respect that you want, you desire, and you deserve. Some of you guys, and let's just call it what it is, some of you guys are not effective at communicating. So when you can't communicate effectively, that dictates how the relationship goes. Are you a aggressive communicator? Are you passive? Are you passive aggressive? If you're not able to get your point across and there's always a miscommunication or a disconnect, we're going to help you communicate more effectively, but also more assertively, so you can get your point across and you can say what you mean and mean what you say. That's very important. And the other thing is intimacy. Like I said before, that's actually a form of disrespect. Sexless marriages, relationships where she's withholding sex from you, starving you from sex and bedroom activities. We're going to help you with that, because I always say this, and hear me, listen, understand this. A woman is not going to turn down something that she enjoys. And a lot of women, some women enjoy sex more than men, because you have to think about you know what? I'm not going to go that deep into it. I have a video on that, but this is just an intro. Like I said, I'm just talking to you men out there that if this is you, this podcast is for you, because a lot of you may be successful in your career. You may have achieved so many goals that are financial. You may be good with your family. You may be good in other areas of your life. But when it comes to your relationship, that's where you're not successful. But we're going to get you there. We're going to get you from being least successful to more successful, less empowered to more empowered. So you can be that man that is getting respect. You can be that man that knows how to communicate effectively and assertively. And most importantly, you're that man that is getting great sex with your woman. And that's what this podcast is all about. So if this is you that I mentioned, make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you listen in every week. We will be putting out a podcast specifically for you, to where you can learn some tips, some tools, develop a new mindset to really help you become that man that you want to be and get the respect in your relationship. Because at the end of the day, if you're not respected in your relationship, you will always feel emasculated. You're not going to know what to do, what to say. And it's just miserable. It's just miserable being in a relationship where it's like that dark cloud that's over your head. It's almost like when you leave and you're away from that person, you're away from the woman that you're with, and it's almost like the sun comes out. You're in a good mood. The environment is perfect. Maybe you're at your job and I want to stay here later because I get more respect at work than I do at home or around my woman, and it just feels great. But every time you're around your woman or you're at home, it's like the dark cloud just comes back, and you're just tired of it. You just don't know what to do. You're just tired of it. This is going to be a great podcast for you. And one thing I want to mention is I think this is very important, based off of experience, based off of what I've heard, based off of me just talking to different men, dating women around the world, and the information that's out there for you guys. I noticed that the information is black and white. It's either super extreme, where you're aggressive, where you don't want to be with a woman, where it's just you and women don't matter, it's just men only. Or it's on the other extreme, where you're catering to women, you're pandering, you're kissing their ass, you're putting them on a pedestal, you're sacrificing your happiness, your goals, your ambitions, you're lowering your standards, you're lowering your boundaries, you're becoming more tolerant to the bullshit. And with that type of information out there, it can be very confusing on who to listen to, who actually has my back, who actually understands where I'm coming from, and who actually cares. This podcast is for you, because we're going to talk to you about getting middle ground, getting respect, having your woman treat you right, having peace at home, having your home become your new safe haven, not the job, not outside of your home, not with friends, but actually enjoying being around your woman, actually enjoy being at home. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what we're going to be talking about. So you can feel good about doing stuff with her because the respect is there. She's not arguing with you. She's not withholding sex. She's making you feel special. She actually cares. She's catering to you. Imagine that. Imagine you guys out there listening to this right now. Imagine the relationship where she's giving you sex, where there's no arguing, where there's yes, dear, or do you mind doing this when you have a chance, or can you please do this? Imagine being the man that is treated with respect, to where your woman is treating you better than any other wife or woman is treating the men that you know. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine, like I know this is an intro, but just imagine this. Imagine you had a shitty day at work, or you had a shitty day at the office, or whatever you are doing for a living, your business, whatever. Imagine coming home and your wife is like, hey, how was your day? I know you seem a little tense. Why don't you let me give you a massage? Let me rub your feet. Let me rub your shoulders. Or, hey, I'm going to put something on the stove. Or, hey, food is ready for you. I know you're probably hungry. I got some food made for you. I got dessert. Your show's on. And she's rubbing your feet after you get done eating your meal. You're watching your show. She's rubbing your feet. You're relaxed. You feel at home. You feel peace. And it doesn't stop there. Imagine later on, she's like, hey, I want to take care of you. You do so much. I'm proud of you. I respect you. I love you as my man. Let me take care of you. And imagine her running your bath water. Or imagine her taking care of you sexually, going down on you, taking her time, actually making love to you. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine that? And it's possible. It's possible because it's based on you. It's based on you. It all starts with you, because you're the leader. You're the man of the household. You have that position, so you have to act like it. There's certain behaviors, there's certain things that you do that is keeping you stuck right now in a miserable relationship, that you can actually change all of that. You can change all of that. And I'm just going to give you an example, and we're going to get out of here because I won't take too much of your time. But I want you to think about the best actor that you know. Some say Denzel Washington. Some say Leonardo DiCaprio. But I want you to think about your favorite actor and think about the best movie they ever made. And I want you to think about how that made you think and feel about that movie because of their acting. It changed everything. You were glued to the movie, and you didn't even think about anything else because you were so captivated on how they were acting that you thought this was real, but it wasn't. It changed how you perceived them. And I'm going to use Denzel Washington, for example. When he was Lonzo in Training Day, Everybody always looked at Denzel Washington like he was really Lonzo, but he was really acting. It wasn't real. Now, that example, I use that, and I'm not saying you're going to act a certain way so you can get certain responses in your relationship. What I'm saying is what you're doing right now is acting. It's not really you. It's not really you. And the thing is, you're being treated like it is you, with disrespect. But it's not really you. You wasn't put here to be treated the way you're treated as a man. So stop acting like that and be who you really are. Reprogram all of the stuff that you've been taught since you were a kid, whether you watch certain shows then and now, whether people gave you the wrong type of dating or relationship advice. You got to reprogram all of that, because where you're at right now is the sum of everything that you've done in the past, everything that you learned, everything that you applied, your mindset, all of that. And this podcast is about helping you to become the man that you're supposed to be, helping you and working with you to become who you actually are. And when you become who you actually are, that leader, that man that is worthy of respect, your woman will give you respect. You'll be able to communicate assertively, say what you mean what you say, and not be passive, not be aggressive, and not be passive aggressive, but be assertive. And that's what your woman is looking for. And that's going to improve everything else. Your intimacy, the sex, that's going to improve everything. And once you have all that, guys, you will be able to live like you want to live in your relationship and actually be happy and feel like a man instead of feeling emasculated. So that's all I want to share with you. This is an introduction. I'm Saul Palmer, your life and relationship coach. I will talk to you next week. In the meantime, if you're new to this show, well, pretty much everybody's new to this show because this is the first one. But I want you to go ahead and go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, because the YouTube channel is to help me get you those tips, the strategies, everything that you need, and not take too much time. It's just, hey, click on the video. This is what I have to share with you guys. Let's get straight to the point. But the podcast is very important because we're going to be talking about things more in depth. It's like talking to your buddy. We're just going along. We're just talking. We're going more in depth, and to really help you a little bit more and differently than I can with video. Because maybe you're driving, maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're on a flight, and this is just to talk to you. This is me talking to you man to man and really helping you guys out there. So until next time, you guys have a great one. Remember what I said, and I'll see you next time. Talk to you later.